It's really important that what we need each week is AFL standard footy, whether it's AFL or NEFL. What changed? First 4 rounds, last 2 rounds, because it's not capability. We haven't all of a sudden we're not capable. Absolutely we are. We're here to help and drive and prod, but ultimately all the best players set their own standards, and we more facilitate. And some players get there quicker than others, so we certainly want to make sure, I guess, promote and educate around what that looks like, but then we're the catchment point to keep driving and challenging players to get better and in what areas.
This is just from a weekend's point of view and 2 weeks ago against Adelaide. And again, this is information coming back from you guys, but in relation to our trademark behaviour, specifically discipline. What can you see there, boys? What we're just going to focus on is just our disciplines, particularly in the first quarter, okay, on the weekend. So I've got some vision here. So this is the first boundary throw-in on the weekend.
What did we have, boys, that we spoke about?
Forward at the back of the stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, so really as we look at it, that has to be a no as a forward group for discipline. Okay, we're striving to become every time. Just go here. Now this is the second boundary throw-in. It's so important. You've got to move along, in line with the ball. Don't just get to that roll and think, yeah, you've got it nailed. You've got to adjust to what happens on the scramble and where the ball goes to. Because again, they're able just to chain out. Very easy to play against, boys. And it puts our midfield and our back six under enormous pressure. You can see there, they're able just to transfer the ball really easily and go inside forward 50. Again, so that's 2 stoppages, it's just not AFL standard. It's not good enough, but it gets back to disciplines, okay, which is our trademark in relation to playing your role and executing your role. So is that, you talk about discipline, but is that family? Is that supporting your mate? Because your wingers relying on you, as the backs are too.
Both Ash and also Tim Clark, they were both been great influences on me, and post games and stuff, they've been awesome with vision, and they've been really patient as well with me, which has been awesome.
So what do you do well?
I'll get his vision, get enough separation. Don't get used, but still thinking next contest since I don't get used there.
Yeah, and again, what I like is the ball's in dispute, so you're not back on your heels waiting for it. You're actually working up the ground.
Yeah.
You know, so if there's pressure on the football here, as there is in AFL footy, and the hack kick comes forward, you're in front and first to move. So again, a bit of fatigue. You know, that's something. Hands on hips. You want to start to activate yourself and start moving out. But you get to work here. What did you feel? You just...
I think I just came a bit hard. It was a real long kick and I just sat myself under it and realised a bit late.
Again, I wouldn't be too hard on yourself. Again, as a presenting forward, playing the role, you've done everything we ask there.
I suppose the next challenge is when you find yourself in that situation, you need to get your footwork right so you can get back on the footy.
Yeah.
So in that one, obviously, he wasn't on your back, but if he is, how quick can you get into a position where you can work him back, so at least halve the contest and bring it to front?
Yeah, it's got to be over there quicker. Can't let him outnumber before me.
Yeah. And again,
straight away, I got told by about 4 people out in the field.
Did you? Good.
Yeah. So that was actually pretty good to hear that.
Yeah. Excellent. And again, this isn't a pattern, but this is a bit about you using your strengths, getting out, and that'll attract him.
Yeah.
You got to make him busy because he's really thinking you're irrelevant. So I'll just go over and support the contest. Make him defend you.
It'll be important this week too, Chris, with West Coast.
Oh,
because their defenders will just do that all day. They'll sit off you, they'll go and outnumber, and you become irrelevant.
Keep their eyes busy. Make them play on you.
Neil again, an obstacle. With it, and that time couldn't get clean purchase. Brodie to right, and that's better. Holman keeps it low up to the 50. Sexton gets loose for the first time today. Sends it up inside 50. The wrestle is on Corbett almost. Rich did well to define. It's still there to be won. Rich gets there. The goal square though. Yes! Lukosius!
Layer 1 getting to work. Layer 2 getting to work. You're not getting past it. You're staying relevant. But that's AFL gut run. And that's digging in big time for the team. And whether that's getting a forward 50 tackle or getting the rewards with a goal, you know, that's Suns footy, and it's excellent. And this one I'll finish with, like, you've played, what, 6 games?
Yeah.
Corbo's played 1. Post stoppage, what did you do? What have you done there?
Yeah, just trying to set him up. I think he was that's what we would have done probably last year, head to the goal square. So, yeah, just set him up into where he needs to be.
Yeah. So you've basically attracted his attention. He's gone, yep, absolutely, I've got a stoppage role to play.
Yeah.
Mate, that's leadership and getting it done at AFL level. And again, it's not something you haven't seen much this year, because you've been consistently showing really great leadership in relation to setting us up.
Yeah.
So it doesn't go unnoticed. It's good.
No, awesome.
You'll get the rewards. Just keep working hard.
No worries.
Okay.
Ultimately, everyone's measured win-loss, but we also want to be able to sell, you know, some hope for the next week. So Monday after a game is really important. We come in, face up to where we think we can improve, and that's buy-in from players and coaches. And then we typically have that run around late, a bit of skills late to try and get moving and making sure, you know, if we had the review late in the arvo and then they go home, then there might be some things still lingering from the game, whereas just having that skills session, chatting with the coaches, chatting with each other, they can really get going, move forward and see a way forward for the next week.
The weather's pretty easy to fall in love with. It's a pretty nice day today. It's like this pretty often, even during winter. I think it's better in winter. During summer was ridiculously hot and humid. But yeah, it's a great place to live. The players have been awesome, and they're all pretty level-headed and easy to get along with. There's no real egos amongst the group. So yeah, it's pretty special.
Here we are, boys! Good leg! Let's get some energy! Oh, you know, Gold Coast has always been looked at as like with all the theme parks and kind of a party town, but yeah, when I moved up here, it was a bit of a surprise of how laid back it is and all the cafes along the beaches and stuff. You always talk about Surfers Paradise, but no one really even goes there. It's all along the beaches like Broady and Mermaid, and it's got really nice spots like that, which is good to go sit down with a few boys and catch up, go for coffees in the mornings and stuff like that. So I've been pretty surprised. Come on! So whenever someone's birthday is, they gotta get up at front and kick a goal in front of the goals, I guess. And with everyone around them, distracting them, throwing grass at them, talking smack, and you gotta just slot it for your birthdays. It's a little competition that we do, and if you miss it, you just gotta keep going until you make it. And I was having mine, and I got a face full of grass, and
It's a different environment. They don't have their schoolmates here, so the bonds that they form now, you know, they'll be mates for life, a lot of these. Now, I'm not saying 47 best mates, but, you know, if you can come out of footy with, you know, 3 to 5 absolute best mates, then you've got your next layer and then the one after that. I think that's really important, like any workplace. Yeah.